Hey, what's up? Can you see me?
No, not yet. Yes, you are here. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining us.
Drum
Okay,
roll,
let's go.
drum roll.
Yes. So first things first, welcome to Carve. Thank you so much for joining us. It is an absolute honor to have you on our platform and have just giving us your time, man. You are the busiest person in the industry, and you just giving us your space and your time is absolutely incredible. So people, he is a Zulu raised Sutu man hailing all the way from Mnambi to Lady Smith. He's an artist, a thespian, a producer, a filmmaker, a presenter, an entrepreneur, a wine connoisseur, a father, a friend, and a husband. He goes by the name of Thapelo Mokoena. Virtual applause. Woo!
Yo. Nice, bro. Thank you,
Thank
man.
you.
I'm
How are
good.
you doing during this COVID period and all of this madness?
I'm good, just like, ngizama ukuthi, ngithola some sort of way to package the madness because it is
Yes,
madness.
yes,
But,
100%.
it's crazy. It's like went to bed and then we woke up, we're in a movie and
Absolutely.
nobody cared to ask us if we want to be part of this movie. Nobody
Mm,
asked us if we wanna be extras in this damn thing. Do we die? Do we make it?
100%. So
So
we are
so
just all
yeah.
this thing in this film. We didn't even know we were being cast in this whole movie, and here we are trying to survive.
Yeah, that's the tagline. The movie is called COVID-19, Trying to Survive. Aish,
Trying to survive. Look
that's
at you! Look at you already being a filmmaker about this whole thing. I love it. What I want to know from you is that what was your first introduction to the entertainment space? Like, have you always known that you wanted to be in the film and TV industry? Like, how did that all come about?
the long
Yeah.
story short is that I did go to Wits to do accounting. Don't ask, you know. Just moving on. Next season,
Mm-hmm.
there's a short left down the road from Wits. There's a film school, and on one of the short days at at Wits Tech, took a walk down the road, went to a film school and an art school, just to hang out with a friend who has a friend who goes there. And I walked into this place, and it was called After. And I looked around and I saw people that looked and felt like how I feel every day. You know what I mean? And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, what the hell is this? And then, there was a theater, and then, excuse me, there was like directing class, producing. I was like, whoa, hold
What
on.
is this? Nobody
I've been
told me
trying to,
about
this is,
this.
this is that shit that I've been trying to translate all along. This is what I've been
Yeah,
trying to say. This is
yeah.
this is how I feel. This is exactly how I feel. I'm looking at how I feel. And I knew it. I was like, yes, that's it. That's it. I've always, I didn't know you could study film, TV,
Mm,
theater. Grew up in a small town where that information didn't trickle down to my town. It wasn't
right.
knowledge that you could leave Ladysmith and go study performance. People would
Mm.
leave, go do accounting, be doctors, be, small town vibes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then,
Definitely.
and then
That's always the dream. That's always the dream. Go out there and do corporate, you know.
yeah,
Uh,
that's
when I look at someone like you are a very calculated man.
yeah, I am calculated, extremely. I'm extremely calculated. Um, and that's because I left Ladysmith to really become something that I've dreamt about for so long. And
Mm.
around around other dreamers who are my brothers, the five of us, growing up in a small town, growing up in this house, or my grandmother's house or my mother's house, and watching movies, watching TV, reading, and all we ever read or watched was everything outside of where we were. So
Mm.
all we ever did was dream big. Like we, you
Yes.
know, are you there?
Yes.
You still got me? You got me? Yeah. So we
Yeah.
just dreamed big, bro. Like we dreamed big, and there was five of us. It was like it was one big dream. This household, and then when the chance came to leave home, there's almost no choice but to be great at something.
Absolutely.
There was no choice.
Absolutely.
It's like I don't remember a time where I was doing it for any other reason but not to but not to disappoint home, my mother, my grandmother, not to mess up all of that
Mm.
dreaming, like that entire isolated journey growing up in the middle of mountains, kwagogo or elokishini ekhaya.
Yeah.
It's like you couldn't. That's a bubble. We're living in this bubble, and the only way you come back into this bubble is through with a bit of success. Like, so for me that drive was like, it's more what's pushing me behind from the back. My grandmother, my mother,
Mm.
my dad, my uncles, my aunts, my brothers. There's just this thing. It's like a gentle pressure to just
A gentle pressure. I love that.
to
I
just get
absolutely love
shit
that.
done. Yeah, it's a healthy pressure to
Mm.
just be good. Like, don't be just to be good, and just be thorough and in your goodness. If you're gonna be it,
Mm.
go in it and be thorough in
Yeah.
it. And the calculated part for me is purely the pursuit for balance. When you do a lot of stuff, you need balance more. You
Yeah.
need some sort of balance, and it's the toughest thing, and it could define your growth, or you're being locked in the same position. So you have to be
Right.
calculated. You have to do the numbers. You have to think that way. It does
Mm.
become obsessive. It is obsessive, but when you feel a bit of what it can give you back, and when you can see how it benefits others around you, it makes it even more appealing. and
Right.
then you and then you driven. So when you're driven, you expose. So when you're exposed, you see. And when you see, some of it speaks directly to you, some of it is, but there's also like a level of calculation and smarts, or not even smarts, but just like planning that needs to happen. And then, like you said,
Yeah.
I'm a father, I'm a family man. Now it's no longer just about me. So my
Mm.
planning has to also like move on to a whole new level,
Right.
because daddy's not, I'm an artist. I'm nothing but an artist. I'm not, I don't know, I'm not, like
True.
a an accountant, a partner at an accounting firm. So I have to stretch my 2 rand further than,
Just to rent.
yeah.
That's so incredible. And I love that you do it with so much calm. Like, even when in the midst of like 5, 6 projects, you're just so like relaxed and calm about it. Hello, Reiko. How are you? Thank you for joining Daddy's interview.
Are you gonna go now so that you can finish? At least you can jump. I'll see you just now. I'll give
Okay,
you guys
cool.
when I'm finished. Sorry.
It's okay.
Quarantine, baby, lockdown. That's
Yes,
lockdown.
yes. Okay, cool. So let's talk a little bit about the Groove Guide. Everyone had plans, everyone had something to look forward to, and all of those things suddenly were, stopped, they were put to a halt. What are some of the things that you were literally looking forward to in the next month or weeks even, that had to be postponed?
Yeah. I just finished Bulletproof before like 2 weeks, 3 weeks before lockdown. I just wrapped Bulletproof. So I just come home. I was already in home quarantine for about a week. I was sitting at home, really enjoying my family, the kids. 2 weeks, in fact, before they announced, I sort of knew about COVID-19. I was sort of aware. I was very in tune with what was happening. And I sort of, I reacted very early. I pulled my kids out of school very early, before the announcements.
Yeah.
I caught wind of what was going on, and I started reading up a lot about COVID-19. And so I was already in quarantine, but I was coming home to spend 2 weeks, and then fly out to make a movie in Cape Town. Would have been finished this week, getting ready then in a week to start a series, to go straight into a series, which obviously is all on hold. And then I had my three online projects that I was going to launch in any case.
Yes.
So they are going to launch. And what I like is it's the kind of content that speaks to where we are. Like, it was never going to be a full crew anything. I've just set up the camera. All I do is press record, and I bank my shows, So what's good is that a lot of work is happening still. I closed my restaurant in Cape Town, is closed, but the work goes on. The groundwork is insane. It's insane. We wake up every day like we're in the office. Been pitching. I pitched 2 shows on Zoom, 2 series. Work goes on. We're pitching shows. We pitching a lot of hot series for Netflix, and it's, for me, it's just it's what I do anyway.
Yeah.
Right? When I'm not shooting, I'm at
usual for you.
It's business as usual, unusual. In fact, it's business unusual.
Okay. In terms of format, but the work still continues. I just want us to talk about Bulletproof. People seriously don't understand how huge this thing. You are in a UK
number 1
series. Yes. Number one in the number 1 spot, people. Like, it's insane. Take us through that journey. Like, what was it like being on the stage of Bulletproof and just doing something that is international? Because we see a lot of our home artists and African artists actually branching out and doing things in the international space. So walk us through that process and that journey and how that actually came about, and to the point where it actually materialized.
Yeah. So I read the script for Bulletproof in November last year, when I was getting ready to open the restaurant in Cape Town and launch. The same day I was launching, I landed in the morning. At lunch, I went to go see the director for Bulletproof, meet him. We met, we spoke about this character, and I was like, okay, cool. He was like, do you want to read something? I'm like, yeah, let's read something. Cool. Left, went to launch the restaurant. But I already knew about the script. I already knew about the concept of what show it was. I knew that it's the same dudes that are on Top Boy, that make Top Boy. I was just like,
yes.
So I knew it was huge, but there was so much going on. I just remember that I was like, man, I've just finished Trackers. This is great. I'm not playing a cop, which means it's just a contrast from where I've just finished. It's always great. It's an international piece again. It's I suppose, my third international. I've got two more coming up. The series that I was going to do is an international series. So it's like it came all at such a rapid pace, and December happened, and I think in December, they called me to say, look, we definitely, there's no other option. We need you to do this role.
Yes.
We're coming to Africa so we can have that element. You've just showed us that element. Let's make this thing, the season 3 special, an African job. Let's play, So it was like, it's like a dream, bro. It's
Yeah.
you can't script stuff like that. You can't rewrite stuff like that. These are moments that happen, moments that change lives, moments that change a life
Organically.
organically. People you meet, obviously talent has to be, the offering, the handshake needs to be a talent, needs to be an exchange of, I got the chops, you want this character this way, that way. I suggest as an African that we do this and that. But yeah, you think, okay, let's work together, let's build him. Boom, there's your man. Let me take it from here and let's go.
Absolutely spot on. Like, so dope. So tell
Yeah.
us a bit more about the projects that you are currently working on. I hear I just heard you now saying that you are pitching to Netflix, and you spoke a little bit about a film that you were supposed to shoot. So unpack some of those projects for us, and give us a little bit of a scope and an insight in as to like what it is people should anticipate, during and even after the COVID-19 period.
Yeah. So, I mean, when I say Netflix we're pitching to a lot of the streaming services. The game is changing. So, Showmax, Netflixes of this world, those are the doors we're knocking at for the concepts we're creating. The series that I was supposed to go on, that I am going on, I can't tell you a thing about. Not even one. Nothing.
Okay.
All I can say is just, it's a series. Sorry, I'm, Otherwise, you add me to the toll of, losses this year. And then it's the film that I'm supposed to be filming. That's in Cape Town. That's a beautiful script. Story, another great story. That is also another different layer and a different character to what Trackers was, what this Bulletproof is gonna be. My God, Bulletproof! I don't want to
I
say anything.
can't wait to see it. It's
And then
insane.
it's crazy. And then this one is also like it's nice colors, for when you look at an actor or an artist career, you want to see color and shape. You want to see organized chaos. You want to look at this person and go, shit, they brought me this. They brought us that too. And he brought that? Who, what? And then still look at the person behind the art and go, yeah, okay. We could put money on that. Like that's what you want, that's the desired effect. But it's your art needs to direct that. Like, it's nice for me to sit with scripts and literally decide which direction we're going. And what's nice about these projects is they present so much color for my acting career, which is all I've ever wanted, which is why you're not seeing me on a soapy, which is why you're not seeing me on a telenovela. And it's hard for me. It's gotta hit all the right notes, or I'm happy drinking water for that month and not eating.
Hectic.
It's
But I
okay,
think
bro.
that,
It's
sorry,
okay.
continue.
I'm saying that's the idea. It's okay to trust in what you have and just say, I'll always bring my best. You will always know my true feeling. I'll never rob you of that. You will never have to doubt what I mean, because I'll tell you what I mean. And ultimately, what brings us together is the work. So I owe you a performance, you owe me a script. Everything around that is literally not why we're here. So just be good at that and deliver a service. It's awesome when you can, because there's no riffraff. The in-between stuff misses you because there's no time for it. It's like, let's work,
Yeah.
and then let's laugh and hug later, in fact, elbow later, but let's work first. Let's work first. On episode, got the wine show, Nero TV is out. We will unpack Nero, the brand. We will unpack the Bossman family. We will unpack my relationship with the Bossman family, our partnership. We will unpack our vision. Most of all, we will get into a taste, the notes, the tones of this amazing dark grape honey. The episodes are going to be so hot,
I was just about to touch on Nero TV. It's completely unexpected, but it just speaks to how we need to diversify as artists and not only look at ourselves as performers, but also do other things, because we have seen, even the way that our economy is set up, you have to have alternate streams of income, but still have a certain passion for what it is you're going into in business. So let's talk a little bit about Nero and Ukhamba as your new restaurant. And I read a little bit about it, and like the story behind Nero is absolutely mind-blowing. Like, just walk us through that journey.
Yeah, it's life. I call it a life journey. Obviously, I'm making light of it, but it's amazing, man. It's life, and it's like part of the human journey. You meet people, you interact with people, you share ideas, you share visions, and you realize that some people are meant to be in your life, and it just happens that you wake up one day, just like we woke up to COVID-19. You wake up one day and you're about to go into the wine business, and you're like, whoa, what happened? No, wait, no, hold on. Are we doing this? Oh, goodness, yes, we should. And suddenly, you in this world, there's something good in there. The feeling is right. You're at the right place. This is an investment. This is not a waste of time. But you know nothing about the industry, but you're willing to learn. And because of the people in the room, you are able to learn, because there's transparency and there's openness and there's a care and a trust that initially from a human instinct develops. And it worked out, it worked out. It became a great partnership, a great family, a united front, and a collaboration and a partnership that is about to do some great things in the wine space.
The whole tap room Ukhamba restaurant, like it's such an obvious thing, go into food and the restaurant business, but the way that you have structured it, like in terms of the business model and the type of audience that you're trying to reach. I heard you say in an interview that you didn't want people from Cape Town to go to Elokshini when they want braai place and a beer, so tell us about that. And I feel like it's such a brilliant idea in a space like Cape Town, because it's like nothing we've seen before.
Yeah. So yes. So it's I call it like being connected. When you're connected to your environment, you can pick up on the cues and on the signals, and you can pick up on things early enough, and you can see a good thing when it's a good thing. You're like, yeah, that's a good opportunity. Yeah. You look at it, you think about it for a day or two, a week, you obsess about it, and you wake up and you're like, my God, it's bothering me. This could work. What happened before that is I was approached by my partner Ule while I was filming Trackers in Cape Town. He's been trying to see me, trying to sit with me for a while. A friend of mine who owns Beer House was like, look, you should meet this guy. During the negotiations, and I was like, guys, let me think about it. Yeah, investing my time, my resources, my everything into this company. It's just, I don't see it. It's cool. I'm in the wine business. I'll take it easy. And then they came back to me and they were like, look, we've got an opportunity to open a restaurant back to back with this beer. And this restaurant is a tap room, because a tap room is a space where you experience the beer. But what makes it magical is that it's a shisanyama. We've got a chef and a quality menu recipes for the best meat and best soul food. I was like, hold on. And they were like, yeah. And I was like, oh my God, and you don't have to drive to Kwamzulu, to the township, to get that experience. You can get it in the city. They were like, yeah, that's the plan. And I was like, okay, let's talk more about that. Tell me more about that, because then that's what's going to sell the beer. Forget everything else. The culture of the beer is built around the experience. What you need is the experience. The beer is going to do its thing. That's how that happened.
Amazing. Absolutely. Like.
So I started
and I feel like all of it has really been serendipitous. Like, I feel like
yes.
you just, in the right place at the right time, meeting the right people, having the right conversations. And I feel like it's such an amazing thing that you just keep evolving and redefining what it is to be, a businessman, an artist, a performer, a filmmaker. It's just, beautiful. I just want to touch on a couple of things. We have just under 10 minutes. It's starting to count us down.
So
I know, right? Time just flies. But I guess it's just the nature of the conversation and the passion, really. I want to talk about, you had like an amazing series. It was called Book Your First Gig. And I talk about Book Your First Gig. Are we going to get another one? What is Book Your First Gig? And to people who don't know what it is, it's like this project, no ways. And another project I talk about is Air Movie Nights. We have been chilling, we have been waiting, we have been praying, brother. Are we gonna get another? Are you gonna get another one of those? We need to know.
Yes,
we need to know what to book ourselves into after this quarantine.
Look, and I think we can still have Air Movie Nights and have social distancing, right? I think so.
Yes,
very disciplined. Yes. So yes, let me start there. So that's a great space. That's the mobile cinema space. We took time to slow it down in 2019, most of 2019, purely because it didn't make financial sense to run this thing every weekend out of a company pocket that doesn't make the money back every weekend. So, on the other end, the corporate side of what I was doing with Air Movie Night started really showing more interest. So we're doing more of the corporate gigs, setting up for functions, setting up for events. We still do, for concerts, we use our LED screens. But, it became more of how do we offer mobile cinema to corporates for the corporate functions, for the team building exercises, like, your net bank end of year function. We started doing stuff like that, and that became more the focus. And then festivals still work directly with us, where we set up the mobile cinema for festivals. But for in a time where content is streamed a lot, in a time where content is accessed so quickly through your device, it makes no business sense to still run a week-to-week cinema, right? But it doesn't hold.
It's not even sustainable in mainstream, let alone.
So if you can still provide the experience as an experience, it's an event experience. Kelly was throwing her 21st birthday party. She wants to book an experience. Now at the back of your house in Gadini, you've got the screen set up with the cinema. You've booked it, you've paid for it, it's there. You've picked your movie, it's done. you're watching Tyler Perry's whatnot. So that's the experience we are now. There is a twist to it, which I told you briefly about, that we're going to introduce with a partner. There's a nice twist to it that then makes it a bigger experience, which is what I've always wanted. How do we have film festivals, a weekend film festival, but it's just in the mobile cinemas, sexy locations? How do we do that? So that's where that's the next level. I won't say more there, but that is happening. What else did you ask me?
Book your first gig.
Book your first gig.
Yes.
Let me just say, this week that we're going into, your answer's there and more. We're done here. I got nothing else.
I'm excited. I'm so excited.
You're gonna like this one. This one, you're gonna like this one. This one, you're really gonna like. It's really.
I love the fact that you think I'm gonna be 21 forever. Bless your heart.
I know, right? You're always 21. Look at yourself. You're 21 for life in my eyes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And just in parting, I just want you to maybe drop some pearls of wisdom. Obviously, you have throughout this interview, but what is it that you want to leave in this world? What do you want to be remembered for? What do you want the next generation to take away from what is the life of Thapelo Mokoena?
Yes. I'm gonna text you for calling me that big name. That's a big name. You gotta be like some Nelson.
Listen, I love it. I love
that you call. That's what I love that name.
I'll tell you that story. So much depth and meaning, and I always want to call people by names that are true to who they are and true to their journey and their expression. So I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry.
Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. Listen. I'll tell you the story one day of what that name means or what it is. I'm Sifafane the second. This Sifafane the fourth now. Amazing story. But yes, I love that you call it and you say it well. I feel like I'm at home whenever you say it. Like 3 people in my life say that name like you do. So yeah, good on you. Keep that up. I don't know what did you ask me now in closing, in parting? What do I want to leave someone with? I want to leave, bruh, like you are, like you see how driven you are, the person you are, and obviously you're not in everyone's faces like I am, so people don't see that. I just want people to believe that whether or not you're in front of a TV screen now or tomorrow or next week, that fire needs to burn like you standing on a world stage. I know you. That's why I can say I know you have that fire. They just don't know about anyway at this point to a certain extent. But you gotta live your life like the fire and the stage is already in your house, in your bedroom. You're already there by already thinking it. Now you gotta work. Now you gotta work to make it a reality. And that's the interesting part, when you rediscover yourself to yourself, when you show yourself that you can do it for yourself, with yourself. And that makes you confident in yourself and mostly believe in yourself, because everything starts from there. We've got less than a minute.
Yeah.
I could say more, but
I wish we had more time. There's so much to talk about and unpack, but thank you so much for giving us your time and just coming through to our platform and just, imparting all of what you have and what you have learned throughout your journey. And, this will live on, for years from now, So thank you so much. We appreciate you. We appreciate your work. And we can't wait to see what's next for Thapelo Mokoena. Thank you so much.
Much love, my angel. Thank you, man.
Peace and love. Thank you. Shout out, Carve family.